meyakini bahwa ASEAN masih penting dan relevan bagi rakyat, bagi kawasan, dan bagi dunia. Bahwa ASEAN akan terus berkontribusi bagi perdamaian dan stabilitas di Indo-Pasifik. Bahwa ASEAN akan terus dapat menjaga pertumbuhan ekonomi dan ASEAN Matters epicentrum of growth. Secara resmi saya nyatakan kick off keketuaan ASEAN Indonesia 2023 dimulai.
This is Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia was initially established in 20th of October 1954 in Bandung City as Teachers Education College. The institution was integrated as a part of Padjadjaran University, then amended into Institute of Teacher Education and Educational Sciences, or IKIP, and finally re-established as Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, or UPI. The Bumi Siliwangi building, formerly known as Villa Isola, is the university's main building as well as its icon. Villa Isola, an Art Deco building that currently serves as the Rectorate building, is now inaugurated as one of the nation's cultural heritage buildings. UPI's primary mission is to become a leading and outstanding university. Thereby, UPI is committed to promote academic excellence and nurture innovation and scholarly development in order to be a leading pioneer in the field of education. By having scientific, educative, and religious as its motto, UPI strives to balance the three concepts, all in one harmony. Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia is made up of 8 faculties: Faculty of Educational Sciences, Faculty of Social Science Education, Faculty of Language and Literature Education, Faculty of Mathematics and Science Education, Faculty of Technology and Vocational Education, Faculty of Sports and Health Science Education, Faculty of Economics and Business Education, Faculty of Art and Design Education, and UPI also offers postgraduate programs at the School of Postgraduate, including various research opportunities and civic services at the Center of Research and Community Services. Additionally, UPI also offers non-educational courses as a mandate extension of the government to nurture future graduates of non-educational programs. UPI in its academic implementation is committed to applied cross-fertilization approach between educational and non-educational programs to mutually strengthen both of the areas. A part of the main campus in Bandung, UPI is strengthened by 6 branch campuses which located in several locations. UPI Bumi Siliwangi, UPI Cibiru, UPI Tasikmalaya, UPI Purwakarta, UPI Sumedang, and UPI Serang. In fostering student activities, UPI optimizes the empowerment of Student Activity Unit, namely UKM or Unit Kegiatan Mahasiswa, and the engagement of students in various activities related to their talents, interests, and intellectual. Thus, it is not surprising if UPI students got so many achievements at the national and international level. As the center of the science and education practices development, UPI also has a laboratory schools range from early childhood education to high school level located at the main campus and the branch campuses. In supporting the national education preservation and fostering a brighter future of education, UPI built the Museum of National Education, expected to be sources of learning, research, educative, leisure for the public, particularly for students on all levels. From the dazzling land of Bumi Siliwangi, welcome to Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, the leading and outstanding university.
Welcome to Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, the participants from the Asian countries, welcome to the second Communique webinar series, the Asian Higher Education Conference 2023, organized by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Republic of Indonesia, in collaboration with the Council of Rector of the Indonesia State University, CRISU, and Universitas Padjadjaran. I am Aninda, your Master of Ceremony. Today, we are going to open the second Communique webinar series that is hosted by Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia in Bandung City, West Java Province, Indonesia. Indonesia has the honor of serving as the chair of ASEAN for the 5th time. In 2023, the chairmanship of Indonesia in ASEAN adopts the theme of ASEAN Matters, Epicentrum of Growth. Indonesia will convene 10 Communique webinar series of the Asian Higher Education Conference 2023 with the general theme, Higher Education, a Catalyst for Growth. Now, I would like to invite the moderator, Chef Ubad Abdullah, MPD. He is an assistant professor at Tourism Education Study Program, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Mr. Ubad, the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Ninda, today's Master of Ceremony, for such a warm introduction. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all from Bandung, Indonesia. It is truly an honor for me to be the moderator of the Communique Webinar Series 2. Today, we're having 2 sessions. First, speaker presentation, and second, discussion. Each of the speaker will be given 15 minutes to deliver their presentation, and the Q&A is open since the first presentation. For those who would like to ask questions, please kindly write your question type your questions on the Q&A box provided on the Zoom webinar feature. Before we come to the sessions, allow me to introduce all the speakers. First of all, we have Professor CHHEM Keith Rathy, Minister Delegate attached to the Prime Minister, Cambodia. Professor Rathy is a medical doctor, science diplomat, educator, and historian with extended experience in digital science and technology, global health diplomacy, nuclear technology policy, and executive education. He holds an MD and a PhD in education and another PhD in history. He has published more than 100 scientific articles, edited 17 textbooks, and has been invited as a keynote speaker in more than 70 countries. He was a professor of radiology in Canada, McGill, Singapore and US, Austria, Vienna Medical University, and Japan at Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Fukushima Medical Universities for 30 years. He was the chair of the Radiology and Nuclear Medicine Department of University of Western Ontario. He was also the director of the Division of Human Health at the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, from 2008 to 2014. His topic of presentation will be about academia and industry connectivity for enhancing international mobility in higher education. Our second speaker is Professor Dr. M. Solehuddin, MPD, MA, who is currently serving as the Rector of Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Earning his master's degree at Ohio State University, USA, and his PhD at Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, Professor Solehuddin has been conducting several research and community service programs, some of which are kindergarteners' morphological awareness, its instruction, and guidance in the Indonesian context, the effect of quantum learning model on higher order thinking skills in grade 4 of elementary schools, and perspectives of primary school teachers' conception change on states of matter and their changes through predict, observe, and explain strategy. His talk will be about quality assurance and industry connectivity for teacher education in ASEAN. Our third speaker is Professor Dr. Insinyur Ernan Rustiadi, who is currently serving as the Vice Rector for Research, Innovation, and Agro-Maritime Development at IPB University. Finishing his PhD in Regional Planning at Kyoto University, Japan, he also has held some academic positions in IPB, such as Dean of Faculty of Agriculture and Head of Center of Research and Community Service. And last but not least, our speaker is Honorary Angelo A. Jimenez as the President of the University of the Philippines. Angelo A. Jimenez is a labor lawyer and a respected authority on global worker migration, whose work has contributed to the establishment of the Philippines' new Department of Migrant Workers, as well as the labor migration regulatory framework in countries in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. A former Deputy Administrator of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, Jimenez's expertise and experience in the field of migrant worker welfare have brought him to different parts of the world. He served as labor attaché in Japan, Kuwait, and Iraq. As the former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo awarded him citations for ensuring the safety of Filipino workers during the Israel-Lebanon conflict and for the rescue of a Filipino hostage held in Iraq. His topic of presentation will be about academia and industry connectivity for improving quality assurance through international mobility. Ladies and gentlemen, before I invite the first speaker, allow me to give the warmest greetings to all the speakers. Hello, Professor Keith. How are you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Professor Salahuddin, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Hello.
Hi, Professor Keith, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you also, Professor Salahuddin. And Professor Ernan, how is it going? Professor Ernan? And last but not least, Professor Jimenez. All right. Now that we have some of the speakers on highlight, we would like to take a photo. So I would like to kindly request both Professor Keith and Professor Salahuddin to give your best smile to the camera on my count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's have a listen to a presentation on academia and industry connectivity for enhancing international mobility in higher education, which will be delivered by Professor CHEM Keith Rethi. Without further ado, please kindly join me in giving a warm welcome to Professor Keith. Professor Keith, your 15 minutes start now.
Thank you. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. I am happy to represent the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology and Innovation of the Royal Government of Cambodia, where my speech will be our perspective in enhancing academia and industry connectivity to foster international mobility in developing countries with a focus on Cambodia. We recognize the unique challenge and opportunity that developing countries, including Cambodia, face in promoting international mobility in higher education. In order to address these specific circumstances, we must adapt and tailor our strategies to ensure that academia and industry connectivity contributes effectively to enhancing international mobility in the Cambodian context. Cambodia, like many developing nations, is experiencing rapid economic growth and societal transformation. By fostering international mobility in higher education, Cambodia can harness the benefits of globalization and empower its students and educators to actively participate in the global knowledge economy. Therefore, it is crucial to establish a framework that facilitates collaboration between academia and industry, taking into account the specific needs and realities of our country. To enhance international mobility in Cambodia's higher education sector in relation with the industry, we propose the following strategies. Number 1, strengthening partnership, encouraging universities and educational institutions in Cambodia to establish partnership with international academic institutions and industry stakeholders. These partnerships can facilitate knowledge exchange, joint research projects, and student mobility programs, allowing Cambodian students to gain exposure to different educational systems and industry practices. 2, developing relevant curriculum, collaborating with industry partners to design and update curricula that align with the specific needs of the job market in Cambodia. By incorporating practical skills and industry-relevant knowledge, education programs can better equip our students to contribute effectively to the country's development and address our local challenges. 3, promoting work-integrated learning, encouraging the integration of work-integrated learning opportunities into the curriculum. This can include internships, apprenticeships, and cooperative education programs, which provide students with hands-on experience and industry exposure, fostering the development of practical skills while enhancing their employability. Number 4, supporting research and innovation, facilitating collaborative research projects between academia and industry in Cambodia, with a focus on addressing local challenges and contributing to sustainable development. By encouraging research partnership, we can foster innovation and promote the application of research outcomes to meet the needs of the industry, hence the need for growth for our country. 5, enhancing capacity building, providing resources, training, and support to educators in Cambodia to enhance their teaching method, research capabilities, and international networks. This will enable them to deliver quality education and effectively engage in collaborations with the industry and also with international partners. 6, expanding scholarships and grants. Governments, international organizations, development partners, and educational institutions should provide scholarships and grants specifically targeted towards enabling Cambodian students and educators to participate in international mobility programs. Financial support will remove barriers and ensure equal access to international opportunities. 7, strengthening support services, developing a comprehensive support services for Cambodian students and educators when they participate in international mobility programs. These include assistance with visa applications, language training, cultural orientations, and access to mentorship and counseling services. By adapting our strategies to the specific needs of developing countries, such as Cambodia, we can ensure that academia and industry connectivity contribute to sustainable development and social progress. By promoting international mobility, we empower Cambodian students and educators to gain global exposure, enhance their skills, and contribute to our country's advancement. Together, let's work towards fostering international mobility in Cambodia and the region's higher education sector, leveraging the power of academia-industry collaboration for the benefit of the nation and the region and its future leaders. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Professor Keith for such a fruitful presentation. And now let's move on to the next topic of presentation and discussion, which will be about quality assurance and industry connectivity for teacher education in ASEAN, delivered by the Rector of Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, Professor Dr. M. Solahuddin. Professor Solahuddin, are you ready? All is good?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending this session of the second webinar of ASEAN Higher Education Conference hosted by Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. My topic this afternoon is quality assurance and industry connectivity for teacher education in ASEAN. Go next. So here is the outline of what I am going to talk about in the next 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the quality of teacher education plays a crucial role in shaping the educational landscape of any nation. In the Asian region, ensuring high quality teacher education has become a priority to meet the demands of an evolving educational landscape and global standards. So I am going to explore the importance of quality assurance and industry connectivity in teacher education within the Asian context. Specifically, it highlights the initiatives undertaken by the Association of Southeast Asian Teacher Education Network, ASTEN, and its role in promoting and maintaining the quality of teacher education programs across ASEAN countries. The paper presents plans and activities organized by ASTEN, focusing on enhancing the quality of teacher education and fostering stronger connections with industry partners to bridge the gap between theory and practice. I will end up with some challenges and future directions. Ladies and gentlemen, teacher education is a critical component of any education system, providing aspiring educators with the necessary knowledge, skills, and dispositions to effectively educate students. In the Asian region, which comprises 10 member states, teacher education faces unique challenges due to cultural diversity, varying educational system, and evolving demands. Quality assurance and industry connectivity are vital aspects of teacher education that need to be addressed to ensure graduates are equipped with relevant skills and knowledge to meet the demands of education profession. Importance of quality assurance in teacher education, I think we do agree with this statement. So quality assurance in teacher education is essential for maintaining the standards of educational programs and ensuring that graduates are competent and prepared to enter the teaching profession. It involves systematic processes and mechanisms to monitor, evaluate, and improve the quality of teacher education institutions, programs, and graduates. Through quality assurance, teacher education programs can align with national and international standards. Ladies and gentlemen, ASEAN has very important role in supporting teacher education quality assurance in ASEAN region. There are at least 3 roles of ASEAN. First, development of quality assurance framework. ASEAN has developed a comprehensive quality assurance framework for teacher education in ASEAN. This framework provides guidelines and benchmarks and indicators for evaluating and improving the quality of teacher education programs. It focuses on key areas such as curriculum, design, pedagogy, assessment practices, faculty qualifications, and institutional support systems. Second, accreditation and certification process. ASEAN facilitates the accreditation and certification of teacher education programs and institutions across ASEAN member states. By establishing rigorous evaluation processes, ASEAN ensures that teacher education programs meet the defined quality standards. Accredited programs receive recognition and validation, enhancing their credibility and signaling their commitment to quality education. Third, capacity building and professional development. ASEAN organizes capacity building programs and professional development opportunities for teacher educators. These initiatives aim to enhance the competencies and pedagogical skills of teacher educators, ensuring they are equipped with the latest knowledge and best practices in the field of teacher education. Through workshops, conferences, and training programs, ASEAN fosters are a culture of continuous improvement and innovation in teacher education. Ladies and gentlemen, to improve the quality of teacher education institutions, we need to enhance industry connectivity in teacher education. Connecting teacher education with industry partners is crucial for bridging the gap between theory and practice. By establishing strong ties with schools, educational organizations, and other stakeholders, teacher education programs can ensure the graduates possess the practical skills and knowledge necessary for successful teaching careers. Asean promotes industry connectivity through the following activities. First, collaborative partnership. Asean facilitates collaborative partnership between teacher education institutions and schools or educational organizations. This partnership enables teacher candidates to gain practical experience, to internships, teaching placements, and mentoring programs. Such collaborations facilitate a seamless transition from pre-service training to in-service teaching, allowing teacher candidates to apply their theoretical knowledge in real classroom settings under the guidance of experienced educators. Second, curriculum alignment with industry needs. Asean encourages teacher education programs to align the curriculum with the needs and expectations of the education industry. This involves regularly reviewing and updating the curriculum to incorporate current trends, emerging technologies, and pedagogical practices. By engaging industry professionals in curriculum development, teacher education programs can ensure that graduates possess the relevant skill and competencies required in the field. Third, industry-driven professional development. To enhance industry connectivity, Asean teacher education institutions have organized professional development programs that involve industry professionals as trainers or guest speakers. These programs provide teacher educators with insights into current educational practices, challenges, and trends in the industry. By staying abreast of industry developments, teacher educators can better prepare their students for the realities of the teaching profession. Fourth, research and innovation collaborations. Asean teacher education institutions promote research and innovation collaborations between teacher education institutions and industry partners. By conducting joint research projects, sharing resources, and engaging in collaborative problem solving, teacher education programs can benefit from industry insights and contribute to the advancement of educational practices. This collaborative approach fosters a culture of innovation and continuous improvement in teacher education. Sorry, let me do something. Ladies and gentlemen, one example of industry connectivity activities in teacher education is the C Teacher program. It is an international teaching practicum organized by the Southeast Asia ASEAN Ministry of Educational Organization, CML. The program involves major countries in the Asian region such as Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines. The program is designed to equip students, teachers with the necessary teaching skills in the regional context of ASEAN and beyond. Here is an example of C Teacher program organized by CML. Next. As you can see from this picture, the participating students can develop different competencies. They can learn different teaching skills and pedagogies, including lesson planning. They can also experience different school contexts and situations. As they teach overseas, they can improve their English language proficiency and get engaged with students coming from different cultural contexts. Ladies and gentlemen, again, as these pictures show, students can develop social and interpersonal skills. During the program, they can make friends of diverse cultural backgrounds, learn about local cultures, and build networks with student bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, this quality assurance in teacher education is not without challenges and future directions. ASTAN's initiative have significantly contributed to quality assurance and industry connectivity in teacher education within the Asian region. There are challenges that need to be addressed. These challenges include varying levels of development and resources among member states, the need for ongoing capacity building efforts, and ensuring sustainability of initiatives in the long term. Furthermore, ASTAN should consider the following future directions. First, strengthening regional cooperation. ASTAN should continue to foster regional cooperation and collaboration among member states. This can be achieved through regular meetings, conferences, and the establishment of a shared platform for enhancing best practices, resources, and research findings. By strengthening regional networks, ASTAN can facilitate greater harmonizations of teacher education standards and practices. Second, continuous professional development for teacher educators. ASTAN should prioritize the professional development of teacher educators, providing them with opportunities to enhance their pedagogical skills, research capabilities, and industry knowledge. Continuous professional development programs can ensure that teacher educators are equipped with the latest insights and practices to effectively prepare future teachers. Now let me tell you the case of ATQA. As part of its commitment to enhancing the quality of teacher education in ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Teacher Education Network, ASTAN, has entrusted the task of establishing and developing a quality assurance agency to Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, UPI. The agency is called ASTAN Teacher Education Quality Assurance Agency, abbreviated into ATQA or ATKA. In collaboration with ASTAN, ATQA has embarked on a significant undertaking to train assessors from all ASEAN countries and accredit teacher education institutions. This initiative aims to ensure that teacher education programs across the region meet the defined quality standards set by ASTAN's quality assurance framework. Under this initiative, UPI has commenced training assessors who will play a crucial role in evaluating and assessing the quality of teacher education programs. These assessors representing teacher education institutions in ASEAN will undergo comprehensive training to develop a deep understanding of the quality assurance framework and the evaluation processes involved. By equipping assessors with the necessary knowledge and skills, UPI is paving the way for a rigorous and standardized approach to quality assurance in teacher education across ASEAN. Additionally, UPI has taken the lead in accrediting teacher education institutions, not only in Indonesia, but also in key teacher education institutions in ASEAN member countries. By conducting thorough assessments and evaluations, UPI ensures that these institutions adhere to the quality standards and guidelines set by ASTAN. This accreditation process will not only validate the quality of teacher education programs, but also inspire confidence among stakeholders, including students, educators, and industry partners. Through these efforts, UPI, in partnership with ASEAN, is driving the establishment of robust quality assurance agency that will contribute to the continuous improvement of teacher education in ASEAN. By nurturing a culture of excellence and accountability, this initiative strives to create a sustainable and progressive ecosystem for teacher education that meets the evolving needs for the ASEAN region. Ladies and gentlemen, third, expanding industry partnerships. ASEAN should seek to expand its partnerships with industry stakeholders, including schools, educational organizations, and policymakers. By actively involving industry professionals in the design and implementation of teacher education programs, ASEAN can bridge the gap between theory and practice, ensuring that graduates are well prepared to meet the demands of the education professions. Fourth, harnessing technology for quality assurance and industry connectivity. ASEAN should leverage technology to enhance quality assurance processes and industry connectivity in teacher education. This can include the use of digital platforms for programs evaluation, virtual internships, and online professional development opportunities. By embracing technology, ASEAN can overcome geographical barriers and reach a wider audience of teacher educators and industry professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to some conclusion. Based on this information on quality assurance in teacher education in ASEAN region, let me end this session by making some conclusion. First, quality assurance and industry connectivity are integral to ensuring the effectiveness and relevance of teacher education programs in the ASEAN region. Second, ASEAN, through its initiatives, has played a crucial role in promoting and maintaining the quality of teacher education and fostering stronger connectivity with industry partners. Finally, by continuing to collaborate, innovate, and address emerging challenges, ASEAN can contribute to the development of highly skilled and competent teachers who will shape the future of education in ASEAN. That's all my topic for today. I hope this topic can bring you some benefits to take. Thank you. Selamat sore and selamat salam. Ya sore and terima kasih. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Professor Solehuddin for such a great presentation on ASEAN. And now we are going to have a listen to the third talk concerning the industry connectivity for enhancing the quality of international mobility in higher education. But before I invite the speaker, I would like to remind all the participants that the Q&A session has been running since the first presentation. So you can start typing up your questions on the Q&A box. And two most interesting and creative questions will be rewarded a door prize, whose winners will be announced later by the MC. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to invite the third speaker, Professor Dr. Insinyur Ernan Rustiadi, MAGR, to deliver his presentation. Hi, Professor Ernan. How are you?
Hi, thanks. I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, glad to hear that. Thank you so much for willing to share your expertise. I believe it's going to give such significant contribution. So, your 15 minutes of the talk start now.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me share my screen. So I hope my screen has been there. Okay, my presentation is about academia and industry connectivity for enhancing the quality of international mobility in higher education. So this is the outline of our presentation. First, I would like to deliver about the importance of academia and industry connectivity. Secondly, we'd like to talk about academia and industry connectivity in terms of global trend and lesson learned. And number three, I would like to share about Indonesian case. And the last related with our government scheme, so-called MBKM, Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka, and the connectivity to support the mobility. Okay, let's talk about the importance of academia and industry connectivity. So when we talk about the university, especially when we talk about the university and industry connection, there are 5 types of university in the world. Yeah. Some university are focused on only one element or one type of campus, and some are combination between 2 or more types. The first type is education. Yeah, the activities in 2 parties. University and industry is related with education, and secondly related with research and development. The third is public engagement for commercialization, and then self-professional development. So this is the fact that up to 10% of new product or processes are based on the contribution of academic research. So academic research is a significant process contribute on production, yeah, and also any kind of process in the world. So the academic research has a significant contribution. So that's why we would like to talk about this. But actually, there is a kind of gap, yeah, between academia and industry. Not all academic activities connected to industrial application. The public funding from the government and public sector are focused mostly on academic activities, yeah. And this academic research will deliver many kind of concept and applied research, and also many kind of technology. But the problem is not all research result connecting to the commercialization and industrial application. So there is a kind of so-called valley of death, yeah, or we can call it as innovation valley death, when the academic result, such kind of innovation, technology, are not connecting to industrial application. This is because there is a kind of gap between academia and industrial institution. So, but actually, from the higher and broader perspective, actually the depth of valley is not only between research and pilot line, like this. So this is the first valley, where the prototype could not develop, because there are no connection between research and pilot line. And also there is also another one valley, between the prototype and the market. So we failed to commercializing the prototype become the industrial product. So there is two type of debt valley of innovation, or innovation valley debt. So as I explained before, there is a gap between academia and industry. So this picture describes there is discrepancies between academia and industry expectation. From academia expectation, academia expect funding, infrastructure for research, equal partnership, placement, and also visible goals. And the industry has another expectation, such as market-aligned courses, develop skill manpower, solution for concern, and operational approach. So there is gap between the expectation from academia side and industrial side. And this picture also make more clear about what the collaboration that has been conducted between industry and academia. So we can see here that the most frequent activities connecting industry and academia is internship, internship, graduate recruitment, and so on. But it's very rare that the industry involved in quality assurance of curriculum like this, and also quite rare that industry also sponsor equipment and laboratories in academia perspective. So there is also we can see here that the companies that collaborate with the faculty also provide some perspective, like the most frequent activities is graduate recruitment. And also many companies also involved on work study programs, something like that. But when we talk about how the industry involved in curriculum design and review, it's becoming very rare activity. So this is how the gap or discrepancy between academic need and industrial need. So from this slide, we can learn that there is a need to bridging the fundamental research activity to become applied research activity. So the applied research is the research that needed by industry. But for academia, there's no applied research without fundamental research. So we cannot directly go to the applied research without fundamental research. So in this fundamental one, the involvement of the industrial is quite rare. So the industry has no, in most of the case, the industry involvement on funding fundamental research is very rare. So let's learn from many cases, many success story in many countries. So when we talk about the connectivity between academia and industry, in what kind of connection it could be conducted? Sometimes it only just a kind of networking, sometimes cooperation, coordination, coalition, and collaboration. Networking is only a kind of very loose connection, and collaboration is very strong and very frequent communication between two parties. So when the connection is becoming strong, we move from networking to become collaboration. This is the statistic regarding publication, number of publication, number of authors, number of field weighted citation index of publication in top 10% journal publication co-author with other countries or collaboration, and academic corporate collaboration of some countries in Asian countries and two biggest countries in the world, China and America. This is just a comparison. So Indonesia, this is the data from 2017 until 2022. So we can check here that Indonesia produced the biggest number of publication and also have biggest number of involvement of authors. So I think this is just more because of Indonesian population is the biggest population in ASEAN country. But when we talk about the index, Indonesia is relatively small compared to citation index. I mean, compare such like Singapore. Singapore is the country with the highest citation index. And the problem is the last one, the academic corporate collaboration. When we talk about academic corporate collaboration, most of the countries in ASEAN has relatively low collaboration between academia and corporate when compared to country like China and America. But we can see here some countries, especially like Singapore, have a very extraordinary collaboration between academia and corporate, much more than other advanced country like America. So this is the example, the initiative in Malaysia regarding the connection between university or academia with industry. CO faculty program, industry center of excellence, knowledge transfer program, national blue ocean strategy, academia industry innovation award, Minor Hub, innovation and technology manager association. So this is an example how in Malaysia there is many type of connection between academia and industry. Japan has relative very advanced connection, and the connection is actually quite complex, but has already very mature. Where the academia has have a very strong connectivity with industrial in many type of connection. And this is the example how the academia and industry connection has been established in Japan. So this is example. There is 1 until 7 years collaboration between academia and industry that involve many big industry like UCC, Lilly, and many industrial in Japan. But many collaboration has also established in very long year collaboration, like in the right side. So now I would like to talk about how Indonesia has a program so-called MBKM. MBKM mean Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka, or we can translate like as free learning and free campus. This is the program delivered by the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Research Technology to connecting or to bridge the campus and industry. So based on such kind of ecosystem that provide by the ministry, our campus, IPB University, has been deliver many program and provide many facilities. For example, we in IPB University, we have a science technology park, and this establishment of the science techno park provide business incubator facilities, collaborative research center, teaching industry, pilot pen, and now we are in the progress on the establishment of IPB Halal Center. And we have a program on commercialization. So we can say that 35% of our research has already commercialized. And the cumulative innovation patent is about more than 800, and we have produced more than 43 plant varieties, and a total of 300 innovation has been commercialized and utilized by industry and society. And in this science techno park, we have more than 100 startups incubated in this science techno park, and we established a so-called startup center, and we obtain a halal incubator funding for the next 5 years. And we are in the progress on the establishment so-called IPB Innovation Valley. In this IPB Innovation Valley, we have animal feed factory and also palm processing factory and so on. And business asset improvement also has been conducted in this science techno park. So this is the master plan of our science techno park. We can say that almost 70% of these facilities, according to the master plan, has been accomplished. And sorry, the slide is still in Bahasa, but when we talk about our incubator, we can see here the graph that the number of tenants or the startup in our science techno park increase every year. And since IPB is agriculture-based university, about 50% of the startup that established in this Science Technopark are related with food, food industry. 27% is creative industry, 10% information and communication, and 13% related to medicine. So we have now more than 100 startups during last 5 years. So this is the startup logos, that incubated in our Technopark, and we can claim here that 70% of the startup would be categorized successful. It means they can continue their business and develop there. And this is the facilities in our Science Technopark, teaching industry for tailor-made product that needed by our startup. This is a example of the product like mineral water, like botany, and so on. And this is also one of the some of the facility in our Science Technopark, and some facilities developed by our collaborator. This is, for example, is one of the biggest bank in the country contribute on the establishment of this entrepreneurship building, and this is example of our activities in our agriculture technopark. And this agriculture technopark connecting farmer in that located in our surrounding campus, surrounding villages, and we help the farmer to connecting to the more than 54 market in Jakarta metropolitan. And we produce organic and non-organic plant from this agribusiness and technopark. So this is the facilities in agribusiness technopark, and this is the progress within last 5 years. And we have also another collaboration with BRI, another biggest bank in the country. And we have this facility to facilitate the farmer to get involved on connectivity with market. This is the facility in so-called brewer. And so from this lesson learned, we understand that internship, research collaboration, and on-job training that conducted by the collaboration between universities, industry is very important. So this kind of 3 activities is connecting activities in campus and the need from the industrial side. So to enhance our research, we have already more than 50 international research consortia. The number of research consortium, international research consortium, increase every year. And this is the diagram explaining about the benefit and cost of international students that involved on this research consortia. And this is the good program that delivered by the government on so-called Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka, or maybe we can translate to free learning and free campus program that deliver 8 program related with entrepreneurship, free learning, humanity activities, teaching in society, internship, project in rural areas, and exchange with international university and also research. So the government, the ministry also conduct international mobility, and the program is called as ISMA, and this program is connecting Indonesian students to top 100 university in the world. So as the conclusion, we can say that all government in Southeast Asia should continue to initiate and fostering research and development and innovation through industry and academia collaboration. And newer avenues of funding should be explored, such as public partnership. Startup as an integral part of commercialization strategies, enlist or educate early stage entrepreneur, provide physical environment for new company creation, invest pre-seed or seed stage in new business, co-investment in early stage opportunities. And industry should support startup working on new age technology and innovative idea through incubation space. Okay, I think that's all that I can deliver. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Professor Ernan. Professor, thank you so much for such a fruitful presentation. Now we have come to the last presentation, in which the topic will be about academia and industry connectivity for improving quality assurance through international mobility, which will be delivered by Mr. Angelo A. Jimenez. Hello, Mr. Jimenez, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. How are you doing today?
We're fine, quite busy, but I'm very happy to be joining you this afternoon in Manila.
Such an honor in the midst of your hectic schedules that you are willing to be one of the speakers here. So you will have 15 minutes to talk, and then after that we're going to open a Q&A session because you are the last speaker of the day. So your 15 minutes of presentation start now. Mr. Jimenez, please.
Professor Dr. H.M. Solihuddin, Rector of Universitas Padjadjaran, Indonesia, and our host for this conference. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about our common interest. My fellow speakers and colleagues in the Asian higher educational landscape. Developing curricula responsive to industry needs and building sustainable partnerships with the private sector are crucial for higher educational institutions to achieve our mission. Universities can improve students' employability, encourage innovation, and support economic growth by creating academic programs that respond to market demands. As many know, among the benefits of university-industry collaborations are: number one, relevant and current curriculum. Collaborating with industry ensures that the curriculum remains up to date with the latest trends, technologies, and practices. Number 2, state-of-the-art knowledge and skills for the faculty. Faculty members are exposed to business practices, new technology, and developing trends, which allow them to update their teaching strategies and provide students with cutting-edge information. Number 3, access to industry expertise. Higher educational institutions can engage industry professionals as resource persons, lecturers, or adjunct faculty members who bring real-world expertise into the classroom. As a result, our students will gain a broader awareness of industry processes, difficulties, and possibilities thanks to their perspectives, experiences, and practical expertise. And number 4, professional development opportunities. Higher educational institution industry partnerships can provide professional development opportunities for faculty members. They can get access to industry conferences, workshops, and training programs, enabling them to enhance their expertise and stay connected to industry trends. And lastly, number 5, research opportunities and funding. Industry collaboration can lead to research partnerships, joint projects, and funding opportunities. For students, higher educational institution industry collaboration translates to their enhanced employability. As we are all well aware, when universities align curricula with industry needs, students gain the skills, knowledge, and experiences that are highly valued by employers, increasing their chances of securing jobs or entrepreneurial opportunities. While industry-academia collaboration can bring numerous benefits, it is also important to address the potential challenges that may arise with such collaboration. Some of the risks and concerns associated with higher educational institutions industry collaboration include, number 1, bias and conflicts of interest. Partners from industry can have objectives or vested interest that are at odds with objectivity and integrity of academic work. Number 2, influence on research direction. The emphasis and direction of research initiatives may be influenced by partners who may drive research initiatives toward issues that are of immediate commercial interest or short-term objectives. Number 3, unequal power dynamics. Power imbalance between higher educational institutions and industry partners can result in unequal collaborations, where academic partners may have limited say in decision-making processes or face challenges in protecting academic integrity. Number 4, exploitation. Partnerships may unintentionally result in student exploitation. If the right safeguards are not in place, problems like excessive workloads or restricted learning opportunities may occur. To mitigate these dangers, it is crucial for universities to establish clear policies, guidelines, and mechanisms to ensure transparency, maintain academic integrity, and protect the interests of students and faculty. I believe that sound industry-academia relationships can be preserved by open communication, strong agreements, and efficient oversight. While I support greater cooperation with the private sector, I am also very conscious that universities serve a much broader purpose than just producing a skilled workforce. Cooperation with industry should never compromise the following. Number one, fostering critical thinking, creativity, and deep understanding of the various academic disciplines among our students. Universities are expected to provide students a well-rounded education and opportunities for intellectual growth and moral responsibility, and not just relevant job skills. Number two, universities as centers of research and innovation. Research should produce scientific breakthroughs and technological developments that benefit society as a whole, not just particular industries. Number three, personal growth and development of our students. Universities provide learners the chance to hone vital life skills like critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and teamwork. They should also encourage learners to explore their interests and find new pursuits. Extracurricular activities, organizations, and social interactions that support personal and social growth should be part of the university experience. Number four, civic engagement and social impact. Universities have a duty to interact with the larger society and help solve societal issues. Higher educational institutions should encourage volunteerism, community service, and social entrepreneurship projects. We must always be true to our calling to sustain constructive social change. In UP, we partner with the industry for the on-the-job trainings of our students, which is part of the curricula for certain academic clusters, such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Agreements are developed with each industry partner to accommodate our undergraduate students during the midterm of their junior years for various trainings. We also have ongoing partnership with information and communication technology companies in developing the UP Data Commons. The UP Data Commons provides a secure and reliable data repository and serves as a computational hub for the university. It is a shared resource that will also be accessible to other universities and colleges that collaborate with the University of the Philippines. To conclude, I am a strong believer of university-industry collaboration, as this helps universities play our important role of creating skilled workforces for our nations. But these partnerships should never compromise our university's mission of relevant and quality education, research, knowledge creation, personal growth, and societal impact. Universities must always be true to our goals of shaping the intellectual, cultural, and social fabric of our society. Terima kasih banyak.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another big round of applause, Professor Jimenez. Thank you so much once again to all of the speakers for such great presentation. And now we have come to the Q&A session. Out of all the questions rising to the Q&A box, we have selected 3 most interesting questions. And the first one is specifically addressed to Professor Keith Rethi from Dadang Yunus Lutfiansyah. And the question is, what are the practical strategies implemented by the Cambodian Ministry of Education in connecting industry and higher education so as to improve the quality of human resources there? Professor Rethi, are you going to answer this directly, or should I move on to the other 2 questions?
I'm happy to answer the question now. If you're okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, thank you for asking this question, which is a very practical one. And first, a disclaimer. I'm from the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology, Innovation, so I cannot talk on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport in Cambodia. But this has been said, our ministry, the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology, Innovation, is working with our partners, our colleagues from other ministries, and indeed the Ministry of Education. So that's the first point. So I'm talking on behalf of MISTI. A little bit of background, briefly. Our Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology, Innovation is very young. It has been upgraded from a Ministry of Industry and Handicraft barely 3 years ago during the pandemics. But this has been said. I'm very proud working at that ministry because we have been very productive. So what have we done so far in terms of practical things? That we have formulated and published many policy regarding STI development in Cambodia. There are many models to develop a robust science, technology, innovation ecosystem for a country, particularly in developing country. In Cambodia, we start late. But as you know, with all the tragedy the last 40 years, we just came out from a war, a genocide, but we are growing very fast. As you can see, how our government has established a completely peaceful country, and the last SEA Games reflect the development and the growth, economic and social growth of Cambodia. So what have we done so far? I think we base our policy at MISTI on a very simple model, the triple helix that has been around for a long time, but yet very useful. So from the government perspective, from MISTI, we get input, we dialogue with other ministries, particularly the Ministry of Education, to make sure that the graduates from our higher education system, their skills match with the market. It has been documented for 10 years that there's a skill gap. But this has been said, there's a lot of effort from the government, from various ministries that are relevant to this mission, that have worked hard to try to close that skill gaps between graduate qualification and the needs of the market, particularly the need of the industry. So we have also interacted with the academia. So the triple helix, very classic, nothing exciting, but fundamental. We work closely with academia, particularly technical university, and to make sure that we give our input, and also we hear from our colleagues from Ministry of Education, from technical university, and also from the vocational training, because we work with another ministry named Ministry Labor and Vocational Training. So working together as a team under the Royal Government Cambodia, we have come up with a few policy that articulate the interaction between academia, government, and industry. We have started to establish a proper framework for the future, because we're just young, but hopefully in the very near future, within the next 3 to 5 years, there will be a implementation of many policies that have been established, industrial development, digitalization of the government and the society, transfer of technology, and most fundamentally, looking at research and development. And here I'm talking about research and development of technology to support our industry. So all this has been in place. And I see also in the box a question that where should we start first? That question is a $1 million question. In our country, our Prime Minister has said that because we are developed fast, we have so many priorities that sometimes it's difficult to pick one compared to another. So we do whatever comes first, and we move on that and try to catch up, monitor, evaluate, and try to articulate to make sure that in the future, all policy are harmoniously implemented to make sure that we get the right result as planned. So that's what we have done in practical term. We work closely with technical university, and as I was introduced, I have spent almost 30 years in academia in North America, in Asia, and in Europe. I understand well what the role of university and also I like to take this opportunity to that first I understand the need to fill the gap between our graduates, the university. I say our graduates. Sometimes I still think that I'm a professor while I'm working for the government. But to make sure that number one, a university produce graduates that are relevant to the market. But also, I appreciate the comments of a colleague from University of the Philippines that you have to make sure to strike the power balance between the industry, between the university industry, and never to forget that the role of university, the mission is to educate universal values to turn our graduates into a well-rounded academics, yet not to forget their role in working, having skill to work in the industrial sector. And also, we have not mentioned about vocational training school. Higher education include also TVET in our country. And the last point, I'm finished answering this question, but allow me to ask just a quick question. We're talking about mobility, and one comment looking at the previous presentation about the number of publication and the detailed data about publication. Cambodia, in terms of international cooperation, has the highest number of cooperation, 90% plus, much higher than many other countries. It doesn't mean that we are very productive as we expected, but it means something very important to us, that Cambodian scholars, academics, we have no problem working with international scholars and collaborating with them. Through this collaboration, our students can travel to other country through a South-North cooperation and South-South cooperation. We have no complex with that. And I believe that with this active interaction with the international community, our future graduate can develop a mindset as not only as a scholar for Cambodia, but also scholar to address global challenges like climate change, etc., etc. And the last point is a question for all the panelists, if you don't mind, is we're talking about mobility, but it seemed to me that nobody has addressed the risk of a brain drain. Yeah, so that's a question open to all. Thank you for inviting me today. I feel so great to interacting with academics, with academia. My heart is still really fully in love with the academia, although I serve the government at the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology, Innovation. Congratulations for holding this great conference, and I wish you all a great success in the dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Rethi. Everybody, let's give another big round of applause for such a refreshing answers. Especially thank you for reminding us that the relevance of our higher education graduate profiles to the industrial needs is actually one of the keys in the industry connectivity. And we believe that the best practices of what the Cambodian government has done can be such a valuable insight for fellow Southeast Asian higher education institutions. And Professor Ernan, would you like to respond to the two questions addressed by Professor Rethi earlier, please? I think you're still muted. I think you need to unmute your audio.
Sorry. Yeah, I heard the last question from Professor Reti. A very interesting question about the risk of the brain drain. Yeah, I learned that most of developing countries has such kind of experience of brain drain. Many high quality and well-educated people from developing country tend to migrate to developed countries, more advanced country, and work there, and make the advanced country to become much more productive with our well-educated person. Yeah. So of course there are many reasons why it was happened. Yeah. One of the reason is where the developing country could not provide a better salary, better income for well-educated people. Yeah. So, but Professor Rati, I also learned that in the last decade, the trend of studying abroad have been changed in the world, especially when we're talking about Asia. Yeah. Now more advanced university in Asian countries becoming much more attractive rather than Western, especially America and Europe countries. Yeah. Now we have many university, very high level university in Asia also, but the problem is it's still just concentrated in only certain university in Asian countries. Yeah. But I can say that most of the country in Asia and also in Asian countries are still having such kind of brain drain problem. Yeah. So I think I agree with this idea. We need to have a collaboration to enhance all university in Asian countries. Yeah, we can also provide collaboration. Yeah, between universities in Asian countries, not only between university but between academia and industry in Asian country. So I think with such better connectivity between academia and industry in all Asian countries, we can attract more talent people that already well educated, not only work in advanced country, but also they can also get a better job in Asian country too. Yeah, if we have such kind of better connection between academia and industry, so and we can provide a better income and better work for well-educated people. Yeah, I think we can attract more people to come here. Yeah, but I think such kind of situation need collaboration. Yeah, between our countries. I think some country has already little bit successful on attract talent people. I learned that Singapore is the best country for attracting such talent people, and until a certain level, Malaysia is also some successful story too. So I think we have good communication, and we can learn each other, and we can learn from the successful of how developing country like us can also control and handle such kind of brain drain. Thank you so much.
Hernan, and I couldn't agree more with all the responses. But now that you mentioned collaboration earlier, I think it leads to the response of the other question openly asked by Professor Rethi, especially with regards to international mobility in relation to the productivity of the publications and collaboration. So what do you think about this?
Yes. When we talk also about the brain drain, I learned that, for example, Indonesia have a lot and abundant of problem. So many scholars come to Indonesia and publish based on Indonesian problem, based on the investigation in the country. But many researchers not involved researcher from our country. So this is also a kind of brain drain. Yeah. So I think we have to develop ethic and norm, yeah, related with research. Yeah. So now our country, yeah, have such kind of regulation on controlling researchers from abroad, that they should that the regulation is promoting and facilitating the involvement of researchers from the country to collaborate with researchers from abroad that research in our country. So I think such kind of regulation is very important, and I think we in all Asian countries has almost the same situation. Yeah, so we can develop an ethic, yeah, our common ethic, yeah, on research, on developing innovation that based on a fair regulation and the equity between each other. Yeah, so I think we can grow together and go forward together if we can communicate more frequent and make many collaboration between Asian countries.
A big round of applause once again to Professor Hernan. Thank you so much for highlighting that research ethics is such a crucial part in quality enhancement of international collaboration. And now I would like to read the second question coming from the participants. This one came from Hamzah Richi, and the question is, how should higher education across ASEAN address the industry or professional talents whose characteristics are increasingly connected with regional mobility? Because this question is not specifically addressed to one of the speakers, so I would like to invite Professor Solahuddin as the Rector of Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia to respond to the question. Professor Solahuddin.
Thank you very much for the question. I think this question is in line with our government policy, with MBKM. What we mean by MBKM is free in learning and free in mobility. Yeah. So I think what we need here is how we among higher education, among universities in ASEAN, make a kind of collaboration. Yeah, make collaboration and communication between universities in ASEAN, yeah, to try to make a kind of together program, joint program, like student exchange, yeah. So we can try to offer our program, our opportunity to make other students to come to our university and on the other side, we try to know also about what the programs the other university has. So I think what important thing here is we try to over what we have to other universities, and we know also what other universities could be offered to us. Yeah, that the important thing is how to communicate, to collaborate, to join, to get the program among universities in ASEAN countries. That's maybe the point of my view. Yeah. So the key is how to join together, to make a collaboration, to communicate one another, to inform what we have about the program for other students, and also we should know about other universities have program for our students. That's Pak Ubad ya, Pak Ubad. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Let's give another big round of applause for such a great feedback. And yes, I also believe that opening as many opportunities as possible with fellow Southeast Asian higher education institutions in a reciprocal way is one of a crucial strategies to enhance the mobility among ASEAN higher education institutions. And now we have come to the final question of the day, and this one is specifically addressed to Professor Hernan. I hope you don't mind. And the question is, are all the MBKM activities at the IPB University students stay connected to the constructed intended learning outcomes? From Bapak Joko Nurkamto. Prof. Hernan, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Pak Joko, for the question. Yeah, actually, before MBKM launched by the Ministry of Education and Culture, Research and Technology, IPB has launched our own new curricula. We call it as Curriculum 2020, or Curriculum 2020. In this curricula, we transform our education and we strengthen the curricula with new ideas. First, in this curricula, we try to increase of the capacity of the student by soft skill, soft skill of the student. So we try by the curriculum with the basic character of a new future generation, not new generation but future generation. We already identify what kind of people that could agile and ready for the future condition. The future condition is characterized as the world that full of anomaly, full of and very fast change, full uncertainty, and many type of disruption. So we have to prepare our future generation as people that very agile, adapt with new mind, and have a growth mindset, not fixed mindset. So that's for the character education is very important. So, and the good things, this MBKM is, I think, in line with this kind of curricula. So when the government launched MBKM, we have almost the same vision with the government, and we have activity outside campus much more larger than before, yeah. And student learning center is very important, and I can say that this program is just new because this is start from 2 years and 3 years ago, yeah, 3 years ago, and we learn from our experience that I can say that not all program is 100% successful, yeah, because this is a new approach, yeah, especially because of the pandemic, yeah. When we launch our curricula, we are in the pandemic situation, and we forced to change our curricula very fast, yeah, because most of the students studying at home, yeah, studying from home, yeah. So our idea to give more experience in outside campus has many obstacles because of such situation. So, but I think now the pandemic is already ended. Yeah, now we will have more flexibility to force the student to go outside campus, I mean, and have activities in industry, have activities in communities, and have developed their program, self constructed program by the student, and so on. Yeah. So some successful has been achieved, yeah, in many areas, but I can say that we are not 100% successful in some area, especially because of pandemic. But now I think we are on the good trend, yeah, and fulfill the intended needed that from the MBKM program. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Good to know that your latest curriculum launch prior to the MBKM curriculum seem to anticipate what's to come in the MBKM, so that both the lecturers and the students don't find it really difficult to adjust with the new things on the MBKM program. I think it's such a great step to take by the IPB curriculum development team. Ladies and gentlemen, the response from Professor Ernan marks the end of our discussion session on Communique Webinar Series 2. But before I hand it over back to our MC, I would like to take this opportunity for another photo session with all the speakers, because earlier not all the speakers joined. So I would like to kindly ask all the speakers to give your best smile on my count of 3. Are you ready? So on my 3, please give me your brightest, your best smile ever. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you very much. Let's give the final round of applause for all the speakers in this session. So it's time for me, Ubad, your moderator, to sign out. I would like to extend my appreciation to all the participants and of course all the speakers for such a great discussion, and my apologies for any inconvenience. And now let's hand it back over to Ninda, the Master of Ceremony.
All right. Thank you so much for all the speakers and also Mr. Ubad for chairing the discussion. Now, before we close today's event, we would like to announce the winners of the door prize. All right. I hope everyone is excited. So here are the winners. The first one is Dadang Yunus Lutfiansyah. And the second one, Hamzah Richi. And the third winner is Joko Nurkamto. Let's give a big round of applause for the winners for the door prize. And we would like to congratulate all of participants and speakers because we are coming to an end of this session. And also, there is an information. So for the prize will be sent via expedition service. And for the winner, kindly send your address via private chat to the host in this Zoom meeting. Once again, because the prize will be sent via expedition service. So for the winners, kindly send your address via private chat to the host in this Zoom meeting, so we can send the prize to your home. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement of the door prize winners marks the end of our webinar today. All right. Now, I'm Aninda as your Master of Ceremony. So the next webinar series will be conducted in Universitas Negeri Padang at 3 p.m. GMT +7. So it will be also held next week. So see you in the next webinar series. I'm Aninda signing out. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.